faith in what you're doing and not take no for an answer, you'll get it. It'll be a long run, but you'll get it, for sure. The most important thing, number one, is you gotta get rid of doubt. If you got doubt in what you're doing, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And the way to do that is you have a plan. Because if you got a plan, it's not like just a pipe dream. You have a step-by-step list of things to do to get to your goal. If you don't have that, it's very hard to really have faith in what you're doing. Because soon as something pop up, it's gonna look like the end all. But if you got a game plan of everything you need to do, you know, one thing pop up, well, I still gotta do this, and that, so this ain't gonna stop me. You know what I'm saying? Another thing pop up, well, shit, I accomplished this 2 things. Since my last obstacle, I only got 3 more things to do. Let me keep pushing, fuck it. Pretty soon you attain your goal, and then you create another one. But without a game plan, without a strong sense of faith in what you're doing, it's gonna be real hard to accomplish anything. And I know, you know, it's a lot of obstacles out here. And sometimes it's like kamikaze, they blow themselves up trying to stop you. So,
It's me, MeganA'Nya, and you're listening to the Worldwide Diary Entry, #Dear Broken Adolescent. Okay, y'all, it's been a little minute since I've been on the mic and just posting and being active and, you know, including y'all in my life. But I got an explanation and I got some fly stuff following. So just stick with me, get comfortable. I'm back, I'm better, I'm ready to, you know, pop out and show you. Sometimes I gotta sit in it, live it a little, and then come and present it to y'all. So bear with me, and I hope you enjoy today's episode. It's a bit longer than normal, but I promise you it's worth it every second. So yeah, I feel great, like, to just be back and just in my space of just talking to y'all and being open and, you know, being myself. But yeah, just tune in. So the last episode that I posted was in like May, and it's been a while simply because I have to live in order to grow, and I have to live in order to have experiences and new things to share and new things to learn. So I desire to bring nothing but my authentic self when I'm on the mic and talking to y'all and sharing my testimony and my life with you guys and my story. But yeah, I'm back, and I withhold the understanding of how important consistency is. And I have so much pure and valuable content to share with you all. So everyone just stick along for the ride and let me cook. Y'all, it's about that time to go back to school and just to lock in. And, you know, the summer is like on this semi-peak, but a semi-come down. So it's just that season, like, if you're like me and you graduated high school recently, you know, it's time to start college, a new era in our life, new spaces to learn so many new things, and, you know, just a sense of independence. Like, I got a car recently, so I've been out and about, just gone, living life. And, you know, that just brings us to our topic. Like, within all of that, having fun and just living and experiencing and being present, be sure that you don't lose sight of what's really important. So yeah, it's just that time to really focus and get locked in. And speaking for me, I have been really distracted lately, and that is topic 1, distractions. So we're just gonna jog the conversation with the question: what do I consider a distraction? Me personally, anything can be a distraction. Anything that's taking your attention away from, you know, things that you desire or you accomplishing your goals. Like, if you're sitting around watching TV when you'd rather go to the gym and work out, like, you're allowing TV to be your distraction. So anything can be a distraction. But to me, I think we have a hard time understanding or catching when we're even being distracted. Like, life can feel a bit repetitive, but then that's when you get in that space of understanding, like, this is a distraction, and either I need to distance myself, remove myself, or love you with a long-handled spoon, or whatever it may be. You need to take those steps in order to, accomplish the things that you want to do. Be able to clear your environment and your space so that you can be focused, so that you don't have all the extra noise that doesn't even need to really be there. You can, for example, be distracted from reality, because sometimes we get so stuck on just being in the moment that we don't really pay attention to, like, hey, I actually got other stuff more important that I could be doing with my time and with my space. So yeah. So that brings us to our next little topic. Nobody can want it more than you. Nobody can want it for you. So you have to take the initiative to be in control of your life. Like, we're in a season when we know better, we can do better, we can learn the steps and take the initiative and take those moments and opportunities to actually do better and make a change and have a change in, trying to put forth effort to get rid of old habits and create new ones. So, life may feel a bit repetitive, but growing starts with whenever you are fed up. Personally, I feel like no matter how many times you tell somebody something, they're going to do what they want to do until they have had enough. And until that person or yourself is fed up, you're going to keep doing it. You can't do something that you continue to like. Like, your mind's not gonna eat something that you don't like. So you have to change your perspective, change your mind, and actually just believe a little different. So like I learned in church, you have to behold something different. You have to give your attention to something different, and then obtain the knowledge that comes from that and move accordingly. You have to behave and move accordingly. So same thing, like, you feel like, oh, life's just becoming the same old repetitive things, I'm repeating the same things, because you're allowing these distractions to be the thing that you withhold, and it's distracting you from being better, changing, or moving forward in life. And I am living proof of that. I had to catch myself and get back on it, like, oh, Meg, no, we're going downhill when we've already been there, done that. So, that's just one thing for me. But yeah, hashtag I am fed up. And, my personal realization was when I was, just living life and being out with people and having social interactions and realizing what's for me and what's not for me, who's for me and what's not for me. So that's just that. Even being with family. But don't let that discourage you. God did not create us to be alone. So even if you have moments where, you bump heads with your friend or your family members and you're not on the best terms, don't let that block you or stop you from creating new bonds, experiencing new people, and doing new things. Because, I continue to just be me and, watch how you'll meet and attract like-minded people. And honestly, just to, close that topic off, even though we live in a messed up world, we're still made to love, be compassionate, and to just be ourselves. Everyone is supposed to be different, so, just figure out what makes you you. If we all do the same things, how will we evolve? So that's been the state I'm in, like, just learning me. What do I like? What don't I like? Where do I like to hang out? What is my chill spaces? What is my more rowdy spaces? Who do I invite when I want to have a good time? Who do I invite when I want to chill? So all of these, social interactions, just for me being out and just living life, it has really taught me so many different things that I didn't realize or even, pay attention to before. So just to shift gears a little, my next point is maybe my emotions are distracting me from my discernment and my ability to be assertive. So what that means to me is, like, maybe you're in a relationship, or maybe you've been friends with this person for so long and you care about them so much and you've known so much about them that maybe, how they say love blinds you. Maybe you're not wanting to realize, like, I'm outgrowing this person. This person is kind of being a distraction in my life, and I really need to, love with a long handled spoon or love from a distance. But, because my emotions are so deeply connected with you, I'm blinded from my discernment and my ability to be assertive. So, within that being said, I just feel as if that happens to me because I don't really have a lot of people around me. So if you're around me, I care about you deeply. And sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to let go because of how much I care about you. But when I'm in a space of knowing better and doing better, we already realize that our emotions do not control our decision making. So, within that being said, I had to take the initiative to just separate love and principles. And whatever that means to you, that's what was done. So sometimes I gotta pick me, and sometimes I just have to remove myself, rather I give an explanation or not, just to benefit me. Because at the end of the day, I'm living my life. This is my life. Nobody else is gonna live it for me. Nobody else is gonna do it for me. So if I want to get to the places that I need to be, rather we become friends, we stay in relationships, we become cool, don't talk, do talk, whatever the case may be, if it ain't benefiting me, it gots to go. So that's just my reality. But yeah. Even with that being said, I desire to work on healthy space. And if you are a follower and you've just been listening for a while, that healthy space is a topic that we spoke on in season 1. So sometimes you got to use what you already know. And I just want to work on experiencing more of my own energy and creating that self/me time, I just want to be able to be intentional with how much time I'm spending with people and how much time I'm spending with my own thoughts, with my own emotions, with my own self. So just understanding that balance and that purposefulness within being intentional with your healthy space. If you just, gotta keep going. And me personally, I feel like you just have to use the lessons that you already know and also be open-minded and willing to learn new lessons within knowing better and doing better. So if you're overdoing things that feel repetitive, Einstein said doing the same thing expecting different results is the definition of insanity. So it took me a while to drop this episode due to the fact that I have to really live out this one. I was distracted. I caught myself in the season of knowing better. So I made some changes in order to do better, and now I'm currently taking the steps to lock back in and just live and experience that. I can say myself, I have learned a lot, but when I bounced back this season, I learned things in a different lens. I allowed a different spirit and mentality to lead me, and I did things a little bit different. So I want to just get personal and really open up within this next few minutes of what I have to share. I feel as if this is important just within this episode and within this space and within this moment, that I shared the whole end goal and end perspective of this lesson that I've been learning from May to, I'm talking about a few weeks ago, of falling and actually catching myself. I didn't do it alone. The Lord and the Holy Spirit was with me. So I'm going to just share a little something. Call this whole season that I'm sharing within this episode praying and obeying. Me personally, now that I have lived out my distractions episode, because I'm talking about I wrote this episode in May and lived it and reread what I wrote and was like, dang, I'm literally distracted right now. I gotta bounce back. So now that I have lived out my distractions episode, at the end of my season of praying and obeying, as I sat here and thought about how distractions episode that I already had wrote and how praying and obeying was connected, personally, as I'm out in this world, now that I have a car and I'm out and about, I was so focused on just, being there, driving, and time is just slipping under my hands, and my goals are slipping under my hands, and things that I have to do, my responsibilities, all of the things that took management was slipping from under my feet. Small things like watering my plants. And I was never really settled until I came back home in my curfew. And by the time I come back home, I'm tired. I had a whole day. I need to rest. And I got a whole another day. And I just get up in the morning and do it all over again. So I was never really still. And I wasn't catering and paying attention to all the things that was, important in my life. And all the right things that were important to me. Even spending time pouring into myself. It's like I was saying, from the time of May to now. So I truly feel as if I have a guardian angel with me that, even when I fall, we know better, so now we can do better. And as I'm just waking up and riding the day away, I slowly start slipping. But my body had to get adjusted first. But within slipping, but being in a space where I know better so I can realize when I need to do better, in those moments, I really shut off the world and went back to my main source and realized, I'm a child of God, so my coping mechanism is praying. When I feel like I have no one else to talk to, I'm talking about midnight, just heavy heart. I learned to call on God. And, that's just me. That's my personal beliefs and perspective. So within that, times of just talking out loud and venting, hoping someone or something out there could hear me, praying that it landed at God's feet. Then that praying, I really wanted to just invite God in my space. But within all of that praying and inviting him in my space, have y'all ever heard, be careful what you ask for? And I mean, yes, I was being more intentional, but you also have to be 100% when you're coming to God. Pour it all out there, put it all out there, because he really desires for us to come to him when you have nothing. Even when you do have things, still come to him, but it really counts when you call on him, even in the worst moments. So as I'm realizing, okay, I gotta pray, and I get to praying and getting back in my word and getting back on the path that I was doing, being intentional, reading my books, and really pouring into myself, the distractions around me kind of started falling off themselves or revealing themselves, and all of a sudden everybody's true colors started showing. But the part that I can say well done is I started to follow my first thought. So even if I was unsure, I invited God in that space. But because now that I know better, I can move in such a manner. So yes, there were moments where I still had deep, heavy emotions, but I know better and I can't sit there anymore. So what do I mean when I say obey? For example, I started having moments where my spirit or my soul had strong desires to be in some places. Like my gut was saying, Meg, just go, you need to be there. Rather, that was church, an event, a Bible study, whatever. Whenever my spirit or my gut was telling me, go, Megan, just go, I went and I followed and I obeyed. And I have yet to have a bad experience with obeying and just following. So within that being said, I slowly started putting forth effort and I was relying on the lessons that I had already known. And I slowly just started to understand, like, the distractions are naturally going to fall away because I'm doing different things, so I can't have the same environment around me. I have to adapt to the new environment. But in a spiritual perspective, that gut feeling is really discernment, and that's when I obeyed and I beheld new knowledge that I lacked before. And I'm slowly falling back into the healthy space and just using what I already know. And we know better, so let the season be about doing better. Don't be a victim to your own personal desires, whether that's good or bad. Always make sure God is ordering your steps, and sometimes you have to take some steps back to create new ones, but use what you already know, because when you obey, the distractions fade. And within that, I just wanted to share my personal desires and goals as I'm transitioning to this new space. Like, I desire to focus on being locked in with the end goal. I pray and desire to be led and guided on how to manage and multiply the new that is bound to come out of my new actions and efforts. I desire to be more consistent and involved, and also involving you guys. And I desire a safe experience as I journey into the stages of independence. And overall, I'm back, planning to be more intentional, planning to be more consistent, and that is it, y'all. Let's lock in. Let's get back with it. Like, I missed y'all so much. Like, I hope y'all miss me. I hope y'all miss my voice. Y'all finna see my face soon. Let's get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get with it. And yeah, this was a great episode. This was a lot that I've been bottling up and holding in, but it's time to knock them distractions out the way and lock back in and stay focused on the things that make your heart smile and you smile, and everything else just fall into play. But that's it. That's today's episode with me, MeganA'Nya. I got so much more to come, so just stay tuned, stay locked in. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, everything. Just let me know. Talk to me, y'all. Communicate. Like, let's really connect. So, yeah. Love, MeganA'Nya.